It was the kind of night football fans dream of, a night when legends are made and destinies rewritten. PSG vs Real Madrid 2025, the Champions League clash that didn't just determine a semi-final, it changed the entire landscape of modern football, and if you missed it, you truly missed history unfolding in real time. From the first whistle, you could sense this wasn't going to be an ordinary match. Paris Saint-Germain, armed with youthful flair, electric pace, and tactical brilliance, squared off against the mighty Real Madrid, football royalty, known for their heritage, clutch mentality, and an uncanny ability to rise when it matters most. The energy was almost cinematic. The stadium was a sea of blue and white, fans roaring with anticipation, and the pressure so intense it felt like the air itself was vibrating. In just the opening minutes, Real Madrid pressed aggressively, swarming PSG's backline, testing their composure and resilience, and nearly forcing an error that could have changed the scoreline instantly. But PSG's keeper remained ice-cold, launching a counterattack that flowed like poetry. 2 passes, a flick, a switch across the field, and suddenly their winger was tearing down the flank with breathtaking speed. The first goal came not long after. Real Madrid's midfield maestro slipped a pass through a tight gap, and with one graceful turn, their striker curled it past the diving keeper into the bottom corner. The roar from the away fans shook the stands, but the celebration was short-lived, because just 7 minutes later, PSG responded with surgical precision. A crisp 15-pass sequence ended with a thunderbolt from outside the box that ricocheted off the post and in, leaving even the commentators breathless. This wasn't just football, this was art in motion. The tactics were mind-blowing. Real Madrid exploited the flanks with overlapping fullbacks, while PSG countered with inverted wingers and midfield overloads that confused even the most experienced defenders. It wasn't just skill, it was intelligence, adaptation. Chess played at 100 miles per hour. Every foul felt heavier, every yellow card a gamble, and as halftime approached, the game wasn't just even on the scoreboard, it was a deadlock of philosophies. The second half began with PSG pushing higher, pressing harder, and testing Real's ability to weather the storm. And then came one of the most controversial moments of the entire tournament. A penalty shout, a VAR check that felt like it lasted an eternity, and finally, the referee waved it off. The crowd exploded, players screamed in disbelief, and the atmosphere reached a fever pitch. Tensions escalated, but amidst the chaos, something beautiful was happening. Each team brought out the very best in the other. Real's goalkeeper made a double save that will be replayed for years, diving one way and then the other with reflexes that defied biology, while PSG's midfield anchor bossed the pitch like a general, dictating play with the calmness of a surgeon. Then came the moment, the turning point. In the 78th minute, PSG orchestrated a move so smooth it could have been rehearsed in a dream. A triangle of passes around midfield opened space on the wing, a cross drilled low into the box, and their striker, perfectly timed, slid in between defenders to tap it home. That goal, that strike, that second of brilliance would go on to redefine what clutch means in the Champions League. But the drama didn't end there. Real Madrid fought back like wounded giants, throwing everything forward in desperation. Subs came on, fresh legs, new tactics, long balls, quick flicks, shots from distance. But PSG held firm, a wall of resistance, anchored by a backline playing the game of their lives. With every clearance, every tackle, every second ticked off the clock, the legacy of this match grew larger. And when the final whistle blew, the stadium erupted, not just with noise, but with the realization that they had just witnessed something historic, a match that would live in the hearts and debates of fans forever. Pundits were stunned, analysts were speechless, players on both sides collapsed on the grass, not just from exhaustion but from the weight of what they had been part of. This game wasn't about who won or lost, it was about the beauty of competition, the clash of eras, the evolution of strategy. It triggered conversations in locker rooms and on YouTube panels across the world. Should Real have gone with a back three? Was PSG's press the future of football? Was that goal offside by a hair's width? And through it all, one thing was clear, football had changed. Because when a match like this happens, it doesn't fade, it lingers in highlight reels, inspires future stars, reshapes coaching playbooks, and becomes a benchmark against which all future battles are measured. This wasn't just another Champions League clash, it was the Champions League clash. Coaches will study it, fans will cherish it, and rivals will fear its lessons. It had the drama of a final, the tension of a war, and the brilliance of a masterpiece. The clash between PSG and Real Madrid in 2025 reminded the world why football is more than a game. It's a global heartbeat, a canvas where glory is painted with sweat, sacrifice, and moments of indescribable magic. If you weren't there, if you didn't see it unfold, if you only caught glimpses on Twitter or highlights a day later, then you missed out on the emotion, the fire, the noise, the pulse. This was a story written by giants, lived by gladiators, and watched by millions, and if you blinked, you missed history. So whether you bleed PSG, cheer for Madrid, or just love the beautiful game, remember this clash as the night football reached its purest form, and ask yourself this: where were you when football changed forever?